drawing. So I want us to tackle these exercises. Go back to my drawing, and after I'm done with this, I want to insert my title block. So let's insert it. We move on to annotate. We click on title border, click OK. We accept the default values, right? Then just click 0, hit the tab or use comma, another 0, hit enter. Change their name to just Tangency problem. Then move on to, we click OK. So if you want to save it, just save it. If you don't want to save it, but you have to save it. So you just hit the middle mouse button to zoom fit. Double press the middle mouse button. So let's start with our tangency problem. So we are going to start with the first one. We try and see the number of problems we can cover. So with the first one, actually the interface expands from infinity to infinity, so you can just draw or model anywhere and come and copy it and paste it here. So let's go by that approach. So if you are going to model it here, I like to, because I have a constructional layer, I would like to start with that so that we can visualize or appreciate what we are doing. So we come and select the construction layer. We make sure that it's active. It's just like changing your pencil. So if you have 3 pencils, one for deepening your outlines, one for the hidden faint lines drawing, you just pick the pencil. So that's what we've done here. Just click on line and line. I'm going to click from, I'm just going to draw any constructional line because it's a constructional line. I can see the maximum dimension is around 64, so I'm just going to be around 70. Let me use 70. This is just a construction line, so it's not anything we should really be confused about. So after my 70, I would like to, so I'm having my base points now. So let's use another tool. So we have this tool called the offset, right? So with the offset tool, it can be found here. When you come to the modify to tab, you have access to the offset. It has this icon. So on the modify to tab, or on the modify section, on the home tab ribbons, we will just click on this icon, right? So we specify the offset distance. So it's going to be 20. I'm picking from here to here, the distance from here to here. So I'll just type in 20, hit OK or enter. Then I'll click on the entity. So the moment I click on the entity, I can choose to position it any direction I want to position it at, right? So if I want it to be up, I just show the direction at the upwards direction, down the same thing. So let's make it up, and I'm done. The moment I'm done, I'll just hit escape to exit that command. So after that, I like to draw another constructional line to represent this. So still the construction layer active, I'll just click or position. We've done this in our previous session. So you position your crosshair on an endpoint or on this endpoint, right? Because this around 70, I want to just give a little bit gap, but I can still draw it in any way. Okay, so let me just stick with that, right? Because I use 70. So let's okay, let's draw like the way we are using pencils. So you just click on this endpoint. You don't click, you position your crosshair on that endpoint, then you move your mouse pointer right? You make sure the green will show, like this green will be showing. Then you type in a value of about, say, so because let's use 5, hit the 5. Then after hitting the 5, I'll just click on any point here, right, and make sure it's aligning with the green and it's showing that it's 90 degrees. I'll just click. So I now have my center line. I can actually make this extend and go beyond that. So let's do that. All of this have been explained. So we click on line, circle. Then we have to make sure we are using the actual layer. So right, I'll come to the specific layer, which is outline. Then I'll click on the 20. So I now have my 20. With line selected and with the outline layer still active, I'll click on this line and specify a magnitude of 64. Right. So I now have my 64 ready. Don't be worried about the layer, the red you are seeing. It's just a layer we are working with. Right. So, and if you can't see your model, you just double press your middle mouse button, it will come back to you, it will zoom fit. So to get what we are about to perform our calculation from tangency problem, because we want the arc to touch this point. Actually, most of the tangency problems, you are going to look at one where the software will be able to generate it for you. But because with this problem, we have a point, the arc is touching a certain point, we have to perform these calculations on our own. So with that, we select circle and we make sure that we switch our layer to construction, because these arcs are basically for construction, right? And we select the end points. Make sure you are selecting the black one, not the red one. So with the black one, you select that, right? This has been explained already. And you make sure the green is active. You select that, we make sure the green is active. So you select the end point, not click, you select, position the crosshair over there, and you move the mouse a little bit up to show that the green is active, a little bit up, showing the direction you want to move. Then you hit 51, right? Hit enter, and that point has been selected. Sorry, I'm supposed to draw a circle from this point instead. So the same thing, look for the point, you will click instead, and you type a radius of 51, enter. So we now have a construction line, an arc we are working around. The next is use the same circle again. We click on the center, right? Then this time you are going to add this 20 to this 51, making it 71. Then we click on the center of the smaller circle, specify a radius of 71, we hit enter. Then we go back to click a circle again, and we switch the layer to the outline. Then we click on the intersection and we specify a radius of 51 and hit enter. So basically, we are done with what we are supposed to do, right? So let's start with our trimming. So actually, we can ignore the construction lines, because normally what we do for construction lines is that we can turn them off, and that's what we have. But for visualization purpose, we can make them active to perform our trimming. So trimming is basically cleaning, like erasing some stuff. Let me first add the dimension, and after adding the dimension, we clean. So I'll move on to annotate power dimension, and I click on this dimension and click on this point. I'm supposed to get a value of 64. So let's do that again. All right, endpoints, then I have my 64 value. So you make sure that the point you are selecting is the endpoint. You make sure it's the endpoint. Then we can exit the command because I have my endpoint indicated already. I move to the home tab, select the trim command and start with my trimming. So I'll just click on these trim commands. Sorry, these unwanted circles. So you just click. It's not difficult to use. Just click. Right. Just click. Just click. So everything is done with the trim command, and I can choose to trim off all the constructional lines, but I like to keep it. I like to keep them. I like to move this a little bit closer. So what I did was, from where it was, I clicked on the midpoint, or I clicked on the edge, clicked on this point and just moved it up. So yes, we are done with our first problem, and I'm very particular about using the construction line. So we can just, if you remember clearly, to indicate the construction lines for the center point, we use the crosshair, right? The cross center, sorry, the center line cross. So with that one, on the home tab, we come to the draw section. You see these construction elements, then you just expand the drop down, click on the center cross, then we select this, then we just move it down to exceed this element a little bit. So let's just look up and let's specify the dimension. So we move on back to annotate, click on power. I can actually turn off all of this. Okay, so the annotate won't work for the radius. We select radius for that. We click on it, the radius, and click on a desired position. Click on this, and our desired position is 51. So we can turn off, go back to the home tab and turn off construction, and you can see we have this. So actually, with the construction layer, by default, the software has that. So